Hey, it's Kennedy. It's your girl Kennedy, a whole single. And I just want to stop by and give you some love this morning. I appreciate all of my subscribers. I love you, I love you, I love you by the gallons. Please go ahead and subscribe and like the channel and share the channel if you find our information interesting. So now today, let's talk about those bags. So the other night, I was at a place in Inslee, Birmingham called the Flourish. It is a place for those eclectic minds, those thoughtful minds, those people with that art in their spirit. It's a place for spoken word, for poetry, for uh, any kind of expressive art. Expressive meaning we're speaking it, we're singing it. And I got called to the stage very by surprise. And he asked me about what I did. And we were there with Game Changers, my group from church, the the single saints. And I also talked about the podcast. So shout out to the Flourish in Inslee and Mr. Hill and the whole gang. I just really love you guys by the gallons. I had a blast there. And I mentioned the bags. I talked about first I said Tyrone. I got my mind mixed up, but I really wasn't talking I was talking about that bag lady. And so let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Let's go ahead and be quick about it because we got things to do. And so we were talking about, I said to them that the whole thought and spirit behind a whole single is that we are whole individuals, that we are whole all by ourselves, that we're lacking nothing. So we're not pulling someone else to complete us, that we want to just mesh into one. So I said something about Tyrone, but I wasn't talking about Tyrone, I was talking about that bag lady. And what I was wanting to say is this today. Let's throw away some of these bags. Let's unclutter some of these bags. Let's get ready for winning season. You're in it right now. So let's declutter. You know the springtime, spring cleaning. Let's do some spring cleaning and let's get rid of some of those bags. Some of those bags we don't need. Some of that worry, some of that grief, some of that past shame, some of that shame right now, some of that oh woe is me, that doubt, some of that envy, some of those bags we've been dragging for 30 years of depression, some of those bags we've been toting for 15 years because he left me, some of those bags we've been toting around for 5 years because he did me wrong. It's time to get rid of these bags. We're going to do some spring cleaning. I'm taking these glasses off because I want to see y'all eye to eye. We're going to do some spring cleaning and we're getting rid of those bags. Find you a mentor. Find you a spiritual person that you can look at their walk and you can see that they're not just listening and telling you the word, but they're actually doing what they're saying that's in the word. Get grounded, get rooted in Jesus, get yourself an anchor so that when you're releasing those bags that you're carrying on and holding on tight to, let me give you something else to hold on to. Hold on. You can release those bags and hold on to your anchor, which is Jesus. Ask the Holy Spirit. And if you don't believe like I believe, let's go somewhere else. Let's find you a peaceful place. Find you a peaceful place. Find you an anchor of peace to hold on to so that you can release those bags. If you need, you know what? Black people, brothers and sisters, Nubian queens and kings, it's all right to get mental health. It is all right to talk to somebody about your feelings that's not going to judge you, that's not going to say you wrong for feeling that way, for not going to say, well, just fix it. You shouldn't be doing it. You understand? A trained mental health person that can listen to you and the behaviors that you're exhibiting, the things that you're doing that you don't even understand why. Let someone listen to those things in the privacy that we don't want to telephone, tell a friend, because we know if we tell certain people, we gonna hear it again, and it ain't gonna be from them. So get a trained professional that's licensed to and sworn oath that hey, Whatever you tell me in this room, got to stay in this room. You remember your mama said, "What going in this house, stay in this house." Get you a counselor like that. You understand? So I know at Rebirth Christian Fellowship, our pastors find it very important that we're in mental clarity, that we have sound minds. How can I follow your word, Lord? How can I make decisions? How can I know I'm listening to the Holy Spirit if I have all these other voices in my head talking about doubt, shame, disgust, woe is me, I ain't gonna never, and it's just gonna be this way, and it's just, you understand? So let's just do this. Let's find someone that you can trust to get into a space where you can feel comfortable. Sometimes we hold on to those bags because we've just gotten comfortable carrying them. I carried a bag of grief for over 30 years because I was just used to carrying it. Many of my followers know, many of my subscribers know that I had a child that died, that was killed when she was a month from being one. She was killed on my birthday. Every year for my birthday, even though some years, 4 years later, I had another daughter who was also born in December around my birthday. It was hard for me to celebrate my birthday. I would celebrate her birthday 7 days later, my second daughter, because it was fair to her. It wasn't fair for me to not, to be depressed for her. But I would put on a smile. I would put, we clothed ourselves. And I would clothe myself, and you would never know that I was feeling the way I was feeling on the inside. Now, did my daughter know? Yes. When she got older, grown, I'll say, she said, "Mommy, I noticed how right before my birthday, you would see, when it was my birthday, I didn't really want to celebrate. But I would celebrate because, in certain little small ways, because my daughter Asia would want to celebrate her mommy's birthday. Why doesn't mommy celebrate her birthday? She makes a big deal out of mine. So I put on a face. But on the inside, I was dragging this bag of grief because I was so used to holding on to it. And it was like when it gets to be around Thanksgiving time, it's leading up to my birthday, December 15th. It's like unaware. Like you just really don't. It's like a day changes and something just happens, and all of a sudden you start putting this bag on. It's coming. It's coming. It's my birthday's coming. It's coming, and so I just start putting on this bag of grief, and I'm holding it because I'm used to holding it. It was rehearsed. It's about time for me to be sad. It's about time for every year. It's about time for me to start being sad. I was choosing it because I was so. This is what the guilt. This is what guilt will do. The guilt that something happened and you feel like if you had been there, it wouldn't have happened. That was guilt. Even though I know that God is in control of everything. And I do believe that God orchestrated that night and allowed the enemy to prowl because of things he wanted to change the direction. It literally changed the direction of my life that day because I was married to a man in the Air Force. We were getting ready to travel and see the world and do different things, and this thing happened. And then I had to be like Halle Berry in a closer, their eyes was watching God, and I had to come dragging myself on back home without a husband, without a baby, just feeling shame. And year after year, I rehearsed that shame. I rehearsed that guilt. I rehearsed that depression. Let the bags go. Okay, I'm getting a little emotional. So I'm putting my glasses back on. I can feel my eyes sort of tearing up. But that's why I'm saying this because it's just so important to me that it's springtime. Let's do some spring cleaning and let's recognize some of these things that's out of place. Let's recognize some of these things, these little trinkets you holding on to that you can clean and declutter. Some of these bags you've been carrying around for years that's holding you back from your full potential of the healthy you that will engage in life and not just let life pass or let life just carry you through like a bottle that someone has put a note in that's floating through the ocean. You're not that bottle. You're an individual. You're a human being. You are loved because we were created by love to love. And so I'm just saying to you, let's do some spring cleaning and let's get rid of some of them bags, okay? So that we can flourish in life and be free to do as God has put us here to do, which is love. All right, guys. I mean, I love you all by the gallons. I really do. And again, a shout out to the Flourish over in Inslee. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Jamon, I think it's a wonderful spot. And you are doing amazing things in the community, bringing art to children at Ramsey High School. I mean, just a plethora of things this organization is doing to bring art to our community, expressive art, visual art. We all donate to the Birmingham Museum of Art and these other big institutions. And so let's now direct your focus to the Flourish in Inslee and give them some support. Anyway, I love you guys by the gallons. Peace, love, and fish grease. I know I made a mistake a couple of videos and said chicken grease. But chicken grease is not as hot as some fish grease on a Friday. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's be the best us we can be. Because we are what? We are whole singles lacking nothing. Love you guys by the gallons. I will see you next time. Don't forget, like and subscribe and share. And leave me a message. Leave me a note. Leave me a comment. Send me an email with those questions. Next time I'll come back and I have a letter, but I'm still praying on this letter and still trying to find the best guidance to give in this letter. But I'll be back soon. Anyway, I love you guys by the gallons. Peace, love, and chicken grease. And why? Because it's hot.